So I know you have all seen the Facebook ads. Come join my coaching ads and learn how to get 10 listings in 1 month. Increase your sale. Or buy this book and learn all the strategies of social media. The secrets to investing. How to be a top producer. There's all of these things out there that are going to make you this amazing top producing real estate agent. And they're all secrets. Everybody has the secrets. Well, of course, I want you to subscribe to and listen to this podcast, of course. But today we're going to kind of debunk this whole myths or secrets of real estate, because really, why are there secrets of real estate, or are there even secrets of real estate? Like, are there really secrets? So I'm Danielle Shepard, and licensed real estate broker of the great state of Texas. We're excited about that. And your host of Being Present in Real Estate, the podcast that takes a look at real estate from the agent's perspective, providing insight and perhaps a little bit of real world experience and knowledge, and a little bit of kindness, and how we interact with each other and with everyday stuff. And maybe putting a little bit of trust back into our profession. I was in a class the other day and they talked about that trust factor. And I was very intrigued about some data. And we'll talk about that in a little bit. Now, we're all intrigued when we see those ads on social media about learning the secrets to being successful in real estate, because we all want to be successful. That's why we get into a business. That's why we do things. We all want to be successful. If you follow this coach, or if you purchase this planner full of all the daily social media things, buy the book or pay for the conference. I mean, I get it. I've done the conferences. I like conferences. It's a sales tactic. When you see those things on social media, when you see those, it's a sales tactic. If they tell us in 3 days, I can tell you everything you need to know to be a multi-million-dollar producer, and it worked, do you not think everyone would do it? I mean, to me, that's just kind of common knowledge. Like, if everyone that took this 3-day class could be a multi-million-dollar producer after 3 days, everybody would do it. So the truth is, these conferences are great. They are great. If you're attending them for the right reason, to better your craft, because real estate is a craft. We've talked about that. But if you fall for the learn the secrets line, then you're kind of wasting your money. So we're going to get real. And I'm going to tell you the truth about real estate. I am going to give you everything you need to know to be successful in real estate, to be the top producer, to be the best of the best. I am going to let you in on the secrets of real estate. The secrets. So listen close. like closer. The secret to being successful in real estate is, well, okay, you got me. There's not just one secret, but there are a few. And I'm going to let the cat out of the bag and we're going to talk about them today. So here you are. And I'm going to be real honest with you. It's not anything that you haven't heard before, but it's some things that you have to take action on. So, first secret in real estate, guess what? You have to be yourself. So, the number one secret, be yourself. People can spot a used car salesman from a mile away. Cold calls. Well, let me ask you this. What do you do when you get some random phone call on your phone from somebody you don't know? Well, I know what I do. When I get a phone call and I don't know who they are, if they're calling me, I'm like, you know, I'm kind, of course, but we don't like spammers. And if you're calling me and you're a cold call, because even as a real estate agent, we still get those cold calls, and they all start with, "Hi, this is so and so from XYZ Brokerage. I'm calling to see if you want to sell your house." Well, if that's what you're starting with, honey, I ain't selling my house because that automatically turns me off. So that's a used car salesman. That's not building a relationship. That's not being yourself. So, once again, secret number one, be yourself. We're still going. Don't be someone you are not. If you're with a brokerage and in their training, they hand you a script to read from, and they say, when you talk to someone, you read from this script. Run fast. Because they don't want you to be yourself. They want you to be whoever wrote this script. That is not being genuine. That is not being yourself. That is not going to build rapport with your clients. That is indoctrinating you into their way of doing things. Be yourself. One of my agents, well, before AHP was here, he and I were at the corporate brokerage together. I can't remember the exact conversation, but we've relived this a few times over the years. It's along these lines. He was having a tough time kind of finding clients, getting into the groove of things. And I asked him if the person he was marketing was him, or what he thought a real estate agent should look like. Because on all of his marketing and his business profile, he was very businesslike. It's really businesslike kind of guy. Well, next thing I knew, his business profile changed. And he then looked like himself. Bearded, tatted, motorcycle guy. He became his genuine self. And once he became his genuine self, it was amazing how much his business changed, how much people responded to him, how much his clientele started looking like him. And he found his niche. or niche or niche. I don't know how to say that word. But anyway, be you, the unapologetic version of you. We've said this before, there's enough business for everybody. But if you, we hear this all the time, look like your business card. If you don't look like your business card, whether it's the 1980s glamour shots version, that's not us anymore. We're not glamour shots anymore. But you need to be you. So I said I'm taking a class right now, and I'm learning how to be this instructor, which is kind of funny. Well, I'm learning how to teach people this certain class. So I can teach their course, because we all know I can teach. But anyway, so I'm taking this course, and um, I keep hearing about this poll, like I talked about earlier, about how real estate agents are ranked in the bottom 3 of the most distrusted professions, below lawyers and above politicians. So I'm thinking, dang, we have some work to do on getting people to trust us. So we need to start by being ourselves. Start by being yourself. Know who you are. Well, unless you're one of those shady real estate agents. But then again, if you're one of those shady real estate agents, I don't think you're listening to my podcast. I could be wrong. Maybe you want to be better. Okay, maybe you do. Shady people, listen to my podcast so you can be better. All right, y'all ready for secret number 2? Secret number 2. So, secret number 1, be yourself. Secret number 2 to being successful in real estate: tell everyone you know and come in contact with that you're in real estate. Woo, that one's hard. Well, sounds simple, right? So, how do you do this? You have to talk to people. Like, yeah, sounds simple enough. So, funny story. I had a call the other day. People call me all the time, and they're like, "Hey, I think I want to go into real estate, for whatever reason." People have all kind of reasons for wanting to go into real estate. So, somebody called the other day, said, "I want to go into real estate, want to talk to you about it." And I said, "Great, let's talk." And I said, I always start the conversation with the same, tell me about yourself. Tell me, why do you think you want to go into real estate? Because one of the things before coming to here, I need to make sure you're coming into real estate for the right reason. Because remember, we've talked about before, if you've listened to the podcast, if your reason for coming into real estate is show me the money, you ain't coming here. So this is not the right place. So, anyway, so I always ask, tell me your reason for coming. So, in the conversation of them telling me why they're getting into real estate, they start telling me about their work history and jobs that they've had, and they've had lots of jobs, and they've gone from place to place to place, and I'm just listening, you know, being a good listener. Real estate's about being a good listener, and so I'm just listening to everything. And they just kept saying one phrase that kept coming up from job to job to job. I really don't like people. I don't like talking to people. I don't like being around people. I don't like people. I don't like talking to people. I don't like to work with people. And this was just a common theme. And I kept saying, after he kept saying all those things, I kind of stopped and I said, okay, I said, well, I think you may have the wrong idea about what real estate is, because we have to talk to people, and we have to interact with people, and we have to have conversations with people, and that's kind of what we do. This is a customer service industry, and we're really involved with our clients and with, that's just kind of where we're at with that. So, yeah, thinking real estate may not be for them, but so this is actually harder for some people than for others. And it's okay. Something that no one actually believes about me is that I am not an outgoing person, and I am actually very uncomfortable in social situations and settings. Like this class that I'm taking right now, I am the sit in the back and don't mingle and quiet. I sit in the back and I don't mingle and I don't talk to people, and I am the quiet observer type. I just sit in the back and I smile and I nod, but I watch and I listen and I learn. But I'm with clients, I'm different. I have a different personality. Or when I'm in an open house and I'm in my element, I can talk and I can laugh and I do great one on one and I do great with my clients. But when I'm in this group environment, and I don't do as well. So when I'm in my element, I'm relaxed. So the perception that you have to be this outgoing personality to be successful in real estate is kind of a myth. But you have to be able to talk to people and interact with people. Part of that interaction is now coming up in the form of social media. Now engaging on social media was easy, like it was easy on MySpace. Okay, don't laugh. And if you are young in the real estate world and don't know what MySpace was, ask your parents or Wikipedia or Google it or whatever. Anyway, social media was easy. Facebook used to be easy. Then we had, it got harder. We had Instagram and not sure, and then it was, or was it Gram or Insta? And I don't know. I don't know how it got all this change. It's Instagram. But anyway, then we had Pinterest and Snapchat and WhatsApp and the list of apps and real estates and all the list of stuff that real estate agents have to post on is endless. And we are expected to post on these things and engage, and it's mind-blowing the amount of time that takes. Oh, and don't forget LinkedIn, so everybody knows how important you are. One of the things that I see agents spending money on, a lot of money on, is social media engagement. I even did it myself, thinking I needed to raise the level of my brand to make myself look more professional. It's great, but it's a lot of money. And really, what did they do? I'm really struggling with how much money I spent. Yeah. They helped me engage and talk to people. Um, they did create some social media stuff for me that looks a lot better than I did. And, but anyway, so you're starting to see that there may be a pattern here with some of these coaches and conferences. They really all say the same thing. They just package it a little differently. Oh, and another piece of talking to people is keeping in contact with them, developing and keeping up with your CRM, developing your drip campaigns, your drip marketing. So here you go. Secret number 2. You got to talk to people. That's secret number 2, being successful. Talking to people. So far, we've got 2 ways to be successful. Number 1 is be yourself. Number 2 is talking to people. Tell everybody you know that you're in real estate. So the third thing that you have to do to be successful in real estate is, well, probably is one of the most, is probably the hardest one of all. And it's probably one of the most complicated one to explain. And so let me think about how I want to talk about this. So the third one you have to do to be successful in the real estate career, like to be a top producer, to be successful in real estate. I'm trying to think of how I want to put this. You literally have to actually work. Yeah. You have to work at it. It's not something that's just going to come to you. People are not just going to come to you. The amount of agents that say, well, I just thought leads would just come. I just thought people would come to me. No, that's not how it works. You have to work for it. Just like in every other business you're in, you have to work for it. You have to work at real estate, work at marketing, prospecting, learning, educating. I hear so many agents say, I got into real estate because I was tired of working so many hours. I didn't like the 9 to 5 schedule. It's usually at this point in the conversation, I start to laugh and then I say, yeah, I hear you. Yeah, I totally understand. Let me ask you a question. Do people who buy houses work? And of course, they always say, yeah. So if people who buy houses work, when do you plan to show houses? And or go on listing appointments? And I say, because you're going to have to do that when they aren't working, right? I said, because we can't ask them to take off work if we're wanting them to still work to buy the house. We need them to work. So if we are working when they are off, but lenders and title work 9 to 5, then we kind of work more like 9 to 9, right? And on weekends. So kind of like 7 days a week. I mean, yes, we have to have boundaries. We have to have boundaries. But then I laugh because the agent has this like light bulb moment of, oh, yes, there is flexibility in real estate. But to make a living and be successful, like, well, like I was going to say, like you see on TV, but no, not like you see on TV. Well, let's just say real estate in Central Texas will never be like TV. But to be successful, you have to work. One of the things great real estate coaches do have is a system. They have honed over time their system. And they all have different systems, but all of their systems have some things in common. They have one of the things is scheduling your day to make your work more productive. And it's usually something like time block, 30 minutes, prospecting, time block, marketing, time block, mentor collaboration, time block. These are all time blocks. They always use the word time block, meaning if you don't physically block out time in your calendar to focus on these items, then you won't do it. So I've tried time blocking because I heard it's great. I do struggle with it. I am not perfect by any stretch of the imagination. So I have struggled with it. Every day I have prospecting time blocked on my calendar. Every day. Every day it seems to move around on my calendar. Because it's easy to move around with Google. But what is important to know here is that real estate is work. You need to focus on these things every day. You need to have prospecting every day. You need to work and collaborate and have a mentor and have someone every day that you work with. You need to work on social media every day. Now, because we know real estate is not HGTV, show 3 homes to a basket weaver for $1 million and get paid in 2 weeks. We know that's not true. Here's another thing about the work in real estate. It's hard, repetitive. We get ghosted, we get hung up on, we get rejected. There's a lot of negativity in it. But on the flip side, it's fun, imaginative, creative, interactive, engaging, fulfilling. No 2 days are the same, and it's worthwhile. Think of those times when you're going to sit at that closing table with that first time home buyer. Remember, I had that story crying. It's worthwhile. And I said, this work will never be the same 2 days in a row. Most of the time, not even 2 hours a row. You want to be a problem solver? Real estate is that. You will be a problem solver. I think this is why so many realtors that are ADHD get called. I think this is like the perfect ADHD, profession. I hear so many agents. I even have a bunch of them. They're like, my ADHD brain, or I'm having a squirrel moment. That one's my favorite. So there you have it. The 3 secrets to being successful. Now, I'm not saying there's only 3, but those are 3 big ones. The 3 secrets to being successful in real estate. I've let the cat out of the bag. I'm going to get hate mail from all the coaches and people. Well, I probably won't because, no, they don't know who I am. I'm not putting a dent in their pocketbook, I am sure. But I've let the cat out of the bag. You must be yourself. You have to talk to people, and you have to be willing to put in the work. Now, please, don't take any of this as me trying to convince you to not get a coach, to not buy the book or training or conference or any of those things. All of those things are good and important, but they are just not the catch-all, end-all, be-all. You still have to put in the effort. So, until next time, thanks for tuning in and listening and learning the secrets to real estate success. Like, subscribe, and share me with your friends. Oh, okay. Well, that kind of sounded weird. Okay. Share being present in real estate with your friends. Share it on YouTube, iHeartRadio, Spotify. I've added a whole bunch of more channels. Amazon Music or Apple Podcasts. And even there's some new ones that got picked up. I don't know. There's like 10 now. You can just search for it. Being present in real estate. So until next time, we are going to talk about different avenues of prospecting. So be kind, be you, talk to people, and get to work. Take care, be kind, and have a great week.